We know that. I mean, we've all been around for a long time and experienced a lot of troubles. And we're going to experience even more troubles. And I've had my share, and everybody else. I was crushed by a tree 15 years ago. Had the whole side of my body crushed. And I was thankful for the drugs that they gave me because I was in a lot of pain. My wife did test for that. I couldn't move without severe pain. And so there is a place for the drugs. But then I was, after about a year of taking pills, I realized I had a serious problem. Not so much with the pain, because I could manage that, but I could not manage the opiates. I was addicted. I never thought I'd get addicted to anything, because I've always been a very spiritual man. But it had me, and I knew it did. And the irony is the thing that got me off of the opiates was marijuana. I hadn't smoked for 6 or 7 years prior to that, being a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I felt it was a bad thing, and you always hear, that you're growing up, it's wrong. But anyway, I started partaking a little bit, and it helped me get over the addiction. And I never had an addiction with the marijuana ever. I smoked it in college days and all through my life, and I've had times where I've probably abused it a little bit, but never to the point where I felt it was an addiction. And I'm not saying, I'm being an advocate of anybody's getting high, because I think too many people get high all the time. I've seen so many potheads over the years that they can't seem to function because their lives, they don't have the spirit in them, and they rely on getting high for their escape, I guess, from reality, and that's wrong. But what I'm trying to say, I guess, is there's a place for everything, and we got to do our best to try to get these people that have these drug addictions, that now, that it's easy to judge somebody, but when you're in a situation yourself, you need helping hands, and like Gary's doing, what we're all trying to do, there's different answers, and that's what I'm trying to do with these meetings, get people to get together, talk about the problems, work on plans to get people, to work together, come up with solutions. And that's one of the things I'm doing with this greenhouse project that I'm working on. I've had several drug addicts over the years, but I couldn't afford to pay anybody big money. I had some very good-hearted young men that were addicted on different drugs. And they were trying to get clean, and I would help them get clean, and I would let them smoke a little bit, I even provide a little bit for them. And several, I'd say at least 3 or 4, they felt so good, just having something to do, something to give them focus, and something to, to work on. And they loved it, and they didn't need. They would go for weeks and weeks without their drugs because they felt, they had some. Like I said, they have to have a purpose, that they feel, and that was helping fulfill that purpose. So I think that's this idea. If we can get it rolling, and there's more projects for people to work together and build, together, and help these people to become focused on something instead of just sitting around playing games, doing more, face it, TV is a drug itself, it just mesmerizes people. And we need to get people out and working on different projects that help others provide shelter and food and numerous things. But the sad thing is, I guess, because the whole economy is based on pharmaceutical drugs. I mean, how huge is it? How many jobs is that? When you start, taking away somebody's job, they tend to get a little bit upset about it. And how many people that work in the law system, the jail, the people are put in jail for, like he was just telling me, somebody got thrown in $20,000 fine for having an ounce of marijuana. Meanwhile, these kids with bags of heroin are getting let go constantly. It doesn't make any sense. But obviously, they want to protect the drug industry, and they want to protect the jail industry, and they want to, all these jobs, and a lot of people won't vote against it because, hey, that's a job. I don't want to see that go away. They're making a lot of money doing this. So until people start changing their whole idea of, and start realizing what's the difference between what's legal and what's lawful, and realize, you know, they see these Christians out there that call themselves Christians but have no understanding. You know, abortions are legal, they're not lawful. I mean, it's like marijuana is lawful, but it's not legal. You know, and so you gotta understand the difference between man's laws and God's laws, and get back on the right path. You know, and I think that's the same thing that everybody needs to focus on.
Yeah, we're at a time where they're calling evil good and good evil.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
so that's all I have to say for now, and hopefully we'll have doing some good in some ways. And if anybody that can help out, if they want to get involved with the Greening House project, they can call me at 724-992-8542.
Are you on Facebook too, Mike? Can they find you on there?
No, not right. I did have a site up years ago. Someone built one for me, but it went away.
Okay.
Probably try to get another one.
So that's the easiest way to get a hold of you, just calling you.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks, Mike, too, for putting this on, too. Really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.